Bali, Indonesia. It's a very picturesque, beautiful place, isn't it? Brings an image to my mind of gorgeous vast rice fields, its famous volcanoes, and of course, who could forget, its clean, lovely beaches. Turns out that it's not as clean and as beautiful as we all think. Unfortunately, Bali has become a victim of pollution, just like most places. The amount of plastic present near the beaches there is immense. Indonesia as a whole has been recognized to be one of the world's worst contributors to marine plastic pollution. Waste problems are noted to be particularly bad during the annual monsoon seasons, when debris are swept in by strong winds and currents and simply strewn across the sands. The many swollen rivers have been seen to wash rubbish from riverbanks to the coastline too. This shows just how big of a problem plastic is. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pranjal Kulkarni, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of clean water and sanitation. Clean water and sanitation is most vital in today's day and age, where our population keeps rising dramatically. This has only increased the pollution of the environment. As we know, water is one of the most important natural resources needed for our survival, and the pollution over time has unfortunately made clean water scarce. It is estimated that around 70% of surface water in India is unfit for consumption. Every day, a huge amount of wastewater enters rivers and other water bodies, with only a tiny fraction being adequately treated. These are all numbers, all facts, all based on how dire and scary the situation is right now. But I suppose we must question ourselves. How did we reach here? For that, we must get to the root of the problem and try to understand the kinds of causes that have led to ocean degradation to become a problem of such an unprecedented scale. Plastic waste is undoubtedly a huge issue. More than 8 tons of plastics enter our oceans every year. A report from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation predicts that by 2050, plastic in the oceans will outweigh the number of fish. This report states that oceans will contain at least 937 million tons of plastic, and with luck, 895 million tons of fish. As plastic is getting accumulated in our oceans and seas, researchers are increasingly concerned about microplastics and their effects. Microplastics, simply put, are particles that typically form when larger plastic objects, such as shopping bags and food containers, break down. They are widely seen, ranging from the deepest of seas to even surface waters. We obviously see these kind of particles, these waste materials, that are constantly out there. While discussing clean water and sanitation, it is easily understandable how these plastic particles are a concerning problem. But clean water and sanitation is not just about the surface level. It's a fairly deep-rooted topic. Sanitation, by definition, is the promotion of hygiene and prevention of disease by the maintenance of a decent sanitary condition. Our water may not have the plastic floating around it anymore once we pick it out, but does that truly make it clean? Whilst the harmful consequences of microplastic pollution on marine wildlife is well understood, there has been significantly less consideration for the interaction of microplastics with water treatment processes. A review published recently in Water Research discovered that when wastewater contaminated with microplastics enters wastewater treatment plants, microplastics collide with each other, which causes them to fragment into nanoplastics. These microplastics and nanoplastics cause damage to the water treatment plants by blocking pores involved in the filtration processes and wearing down the treatment units. This reduces the efficiency of the process and risks that treated water is not meeting the required safety standards. According to the study, we annually produce around 300 million tons of plastic around the world, and up to 13 million tons of this ends up in our rivers and oceans. If we continue in this fashion, current projections suggest that this will amount to 250 million tons of plastic in waterways by 2025. Microplastics are also drastically affecting the wildlife. Thousands of seabirds and sea turtles, seals, and other marine mammals are killed each year after ingesting plastic or getting entangled in it. Plastic contributes heavily to water pollution, which is why it is important to reduce plastic waste and improve sustainability both locally and globally. A safe water supply is the backbone of a healthy economy and society, yet it is woefully underprioritized globally. I suppose the question is, why can't we ban plastic entirely? We can't cut off the production of plastic because of how it will impact our economy. The plastic industry in the country employs about 40 lakh people who lose their jobs if we ban the production of plastic. That's exactly why India has only banned plastics which have low utility and high littering potential. A solution I have considered is reducing the production of plastic while focusing more on using substitutes which do not harm the environment. We also need to recycle what we already have and make sure that we engage in conscious disposal of our plastic. So what do we do with the plastic we already have? Many countries and states are approaching this problem in a creative manner. Let us take the example of Chennai, who generate about 3,500 tons of plastic every day, out of which 35 to 40 tons are waste. Which is why, to utilize the immense amount of plastic waste they made, roads out of which were more durable and cost-effective. Using bitumen technology on waste plastic, the Pune Municipal Corporation too has constructed a 150-meter stretch of Bhagwat Lane at Navi Peth. Other trial patches in Pune include Kathraj Dairy, Dattawadi Kakai Halwai Lane, Korega Park Lane 3, and many more. Lucknow, Jamshedpur, and Indore are other places that have explored such innovative recycling as well. Other countries are also contributing in this war against the production and littering of plastic, such as the Clean Seas campaign, created to fight against marine litter and plastic pollution. Over 60 countries, both coastal and landlocked, have signed up to this global movement with ambitious pledges and commitments. Plastic is among the most valuable waste materials, which we consider a major problem today. Another way of disposing or using it in forms of chemicals for industry or energy is a process called cold plasma pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is a method of heating which decomposes organic materials at temperatures between 400 degrees Celsius and 650 degrees Celsius in an environment with limited oxygen. But these are solutions at a larger scale. What can we do at home to support this cause? Our contribution could be as small as not buying plastic bottles or carrying reusable shopping bags, but the most important of them all is recycling plastic so that the production of plastic decreases. It is important that we take initiative for cleanups and do our part, but even as decent civic citizens, we are conscious of things as small as how we dispose of plastic. So let's remember, every drop of water that will exist on our planet is already here, so our actions do have an impact. Thank you.